Reverence what Lawton is, because Lawton is like, it's a place where it can be very complacent, you know what I'm saying? Like, where generally if you leave Lawton and go back,
Right.
you become somewhat complacent being in Lawton. It becomes almost quicksand, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a place where maybe you didn't plan on being at, you know what I'm saying? But circumstances have brought you here, and now it's comfortable. You know everything's comfortable for you. You're around everything. You've been around your whole life. You're familiar. And sometimes that becomes debilitating. And people stay and justify staying it for whatever reasons, and some of the things are great, you know what I'm saying? For me personally, it just seems like that's how things can be, and I don't want that to happen. I didn't want that to happen to me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like being there, when I was there, I didn't have this idea that I could do all these different things, you know what I'm saying? It was very minimalized. Of course, I still had faith, hope, dreams, things that I would tell myself, but it wasn't a thing where it was like, I know I want to do this, I know I'm working towards this, but I don't even know what I'm doing is how I get there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just really on a wish right now. Whereas now it's more of I'm aware of how this happens, I'm aware of how common this is, I'm aware of who's done things like this before that I can go and compare myself to and see how they face certain things, you know what I'm saying? And that's really helped my progression in my understanding of everything, just learning from other people's journeys. You know what I'm saying? So Lawton is I always tell people it's something that I want to change from, like, 'cause right now it seems almost like a trap to some degree. But like, it's like I said, it's a great place for some people. Like if I'm growing up with a family, retired or something like that, maybe a military, you know what I'm saying? It's a great military town. So I mean, there are things there that are cool, but it's just, for me personally, it seems like a trap at this point in what I'm trying to do. And I want to change that to a launch pad, you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure people are aware, like, people from Lawton can do this, you know what I'm saying? This isn't something that we can't do and that we're kept away from. I mean, we have forces against us, but there are things that we can do to equip ourselves and empower ourselves, you know what I'm saying? And really make things happen that we want to have happen. So yeah, that's true about Lawton for sure, man. I mean, I think I speak, living in different small towns around Oklahoma, I think I speak for a lot of different small towns where that way of thinking is similar in those small towns, where it's like, it's hard to think past that, you know what I'm saying, just for a human. So I guess that's I haven't thought about it that way before. I appreciate that.
Let's keep it kind of on that same line. And I'm sure whoever's listening, whether they're an artist, whether they grew up in a small town, I'm sure they can relate to that stagnant feel that you could get when you're in a place where it feels like it's its own world.
Right.
So for someone who has not only been able to fight that even when you didn't know how to fight it, but then you know, by doing that you evolved into knowing ways to fight it, and now you've evolved to this man we see here. What do you say to them who are at home, or who are in, you know, Wellston, or, you know, Bowley, or, you know, wherever, you know, anywhere where it might feel like there's no getting out because of circumstances or whatever? What do you say to them?
Find yourself, follow your own advice, follow your voice, you know what I'm saying? Ask yourself why. Find your why. That's the biggest thing. Just what's important to you. How do you learn best? What are things you want to learn about? What are the things that you want to achieve, that you want to make a difference in? The thing that doesn't sit right with you. I'm not too big on giving advice to anybody, just because I think we all in the same boat as far as figuring everything out, and we all have our own journeys and our own process that teaches us the things that we need to be learning for ourselves, that's best for us to learn. So I feel like a lot of the times, me as being somebody who, I can't say I know this is what works, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I would be interrupting somebody else's journey and process by trying to act or let my pride or ego inspire me or encourage me to want to say, hey, this is how you do it, you know what I'm saying? And I don't, so I just try to stay away from that. Say just do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? If you have questions, I'm open to ask direct questions, but other than that, just follow your heart. You know what I'm saying? And as cliche as that sound, like, do your shit. You know what I'm saying? Just take chances. What you want to have happen, try, and fail. That's what I would tell people. Fail. Go out and fail. You want to change what's going on at your school, run for office and fail, not get voted in. You know what I'm saying? If you want to start a business, or you want to be an artist in high school, and everybody who look at you as a joke because you want to be a rapper like everybody else, do it and get laughed at. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever it is, like basketball. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out and try out, and maybe you're not good enough now, go out and try out. Don't make it. You know what I'm saying? Try again till you make it. You know what I'm saying? Just go out and fail, and it's a part of the process. It's a part of success. It's not apart from success. You know what I'm saying?
I'm over here cracking up just because, you know, to ones who don't get what you are trying to say, not even trying to say, the ones who don't get what you are saying, all they hear is fail, just fail, like you want people to lose, but like you just said right there, that's actually the quickest way to win.
Word. And sustain winning, you know what I'm saying? Just understanding what it takes and then not taking it for granted when you do win. And cause I mean, I think every win come with a few losses, you know what I'm saying? And I think the measure of a person is how they bounce back, you know what I'm saying? What does your bounce back look like, you know what I'm saying? How good is your bounce back? Because everybody falls at some point, that's just life. It's not about falling, it's just about how you get up, you know what I'm saying? What you do when you get up, things like that. So I think it's something that we all can take from and find value in for sure.
So, just to touch on, what I'm going to ask you is going to tell us as the viewers more of who you are as your personality, right? It's peeling back another layer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think the rapper's name was Lil Xan, who had made a comment. He was asked about Pac, asked about his music, and not only did he rate Pac a 2 out of 10, but he called his music quote unquote boring. So, and then I don't know, so I'm sure you also heard about T.I. and a list of other rappers banning this kid, basically saying they're gonna put the pause on him. And his hip hop card is under suspension, under review. If not, it's terminated, just all the way. Now, the reason why I'm asking you this is not just because it's a white dude talking about Pac. No, I'm not talking about that. It's got nothing to do with race. This is about artist to artist. How, why, and what do you think of not even the answer, but just the whole process? I just want to hear your opinion about the whole thing.
Mine's real simple. It's real short, real sweet. Music is subjective. No matter how stupid, ignorant, misleading, misguided I think your opinion is, I'm saying that's your business. That ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I really don't have much of an opinion on it. It's like that's what you think. I don't feel you. You know what I'm saying? But okay, whatever.
Cause like I just said with Kylie Jenner, she said one thing about Snapchat, bro, and the stocks fell. Stocks fell.
Mm-hmm.
So my point is that when you are somebody, so right now Kylie, so they asked her, what do you think about Pac? If she said he was born, we understand his stock will fall, right?
Fuck no.
So well, that's not fair to say?
No.
Okay. So you don't think of somebody famous right now who's relevant saying that someone who's before them sucks, that people who follow them are gonna go, yeah, you're right, because of the influence that the person has right now. Like, you don't think that is gonna affect future sales of that artist?
Of the artists from the past?
Yeah? You don't think people are still buying Tupac shit?
Yeah, people are still.
Do you think it would waver if Kylie said it?
I think it'll go up.
You think it would go up if Kylie said it?
Yeah,
if
but
she said
I can't
it,
say that for everybody that Kylie would maybe talk about.
Well, right, but just the fact that if, you know, the point that if someone who has influence talks down on something that is not regularly talked down on, would that affect that worth of that?
I think sometimes it would, sometimes it wouldn't.
Do you think Lil Xan had any effect?
Fuck no, like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not significant, you know what I'm saying? I think, like, addressing it and, like, with cats like T.I., like, man, like, you an OG, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cats, like, got bigger things that they dealing with and they've been dealing with for a long time. Than over some, like, little white dude opinion on a legend, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not, his opinion isn't changing anything, it's not doing anything. I just feel like it's a waste of time to address somebody's opinion like that. It validates it to a degree.
Okay, so one of the two things I was going to ask you, which one of the two of the many things, but specifically, I asked you, why don't you just sign a deal like everybody else? Why don't you just sign to the machine and get your $250,000 advance? You can get your videos, you can get your studio times, get whatever features you want, and then pay them back. What stops you from doing that?
Well, I'm not the type of person that thinks like a record deal is bad, you know what I'm saying? I just think it depends on what your goals are, what you're trying to accomplish, you know what I'm saying? What you have now, where you're at in your journey, your aspirations as far as where you want to be at, as far as in your own organization. It is dependent on that as far as like what's best. Cause like record deals could be cool, getting a $100,000 advance if you know what you're gonna do with it, if you know what your plan is, if you have your terms right, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's not such a bad thing. But for me personally, I don't do it just because I want to build my own and maintain all ownership and just build it organically as I can. Now, that's not to say I wouldn't use resources from another source. It just would be on terms where it's more of a partnership than a hierarchy of any kind. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure that it's understood by all parties that like these are two parties bringing mutual benefit, mutual value to each other. So there's no hierarchy here. You know what I'm saying? It just makes sure we maintain all that.
So you're stressing. What I hear there, the common denominator is independence.
Yeah. I think of myself as a lone wolf, you know what I'm saying? I'm very big on self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, and just doing all that you can yourself individualistically, and also being a cog in something that's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? A cog in a wheel of something that's bigger than you. So, yeah, man, my only real goal in life is to maximize my potential. You know what I'm saying? In whatever field that is, as a professional, as an artist, as a family, as a husband, as a father, as a son, as a brother. You know what I'm saying? Just maximizing my potential is my goal. So, yeah.
Say, hard day, I ride for my niggas. Whenever I'm around my niggas, hold it down, my nigga. I do it for the crown, my nigga. Even when they not around, my nigga. Y'all niggas great. Hey, all we won't do is get paid. Work 8 days. Hey, 25 8 wood. I'm like, hey.